Megan Fiala here. This is my cross-platform story for MCOM 710. I'll post this link in the discussion, and it is password protected, so the password is 2015, all numerical. I chose to do a news story for my project because I actually have to write a lot in my current position, and I feel it's a weakness. I am a marketing coordinator at Western Dakota Tech, and I struggle to write in news style. I write very stream of conscious kind of style and not news appropriate. So I wanted to challenge myself to write something that was very news style. I hosted this on our actual work page because I might go live with it at some point. We'll see. But so that's why it's password protected and why it has this funny format. Anyway, so when I first started thinking about this project, I really wanted to, of course, do it based on something related to technical education because that's my job, and I think that people don't know the kind of opportunities that are out there in regards to technical education. So I really thought a long time about the title because I read that the news story really, everything should kind of be based off the title. And I came up with technical education, a positively prosperous path in South Dakota. And so when I was gathering information for this, I used a lot of things that I do in my job and kind of looked back at press releases, things going on in the state in technical education right now, things that are happening in our school, and kind of picked pieces that all fit together to tell this bigger picture of basically it's a good choice and there's a lot of opportunity. Issues that I ran into, well, of course, don't we all have the time issue? We all have the time issue. So that was one. I really struggled with formatting my story. I basically kind of touched on four different elements that all supported a prosperous path in South Dakota, and I rearranged them I don't know how many times. Many times. Basically, my project is sectioned into this first section, which is the story of a student who is participating in a co-op with Black Thunder Coal Mine. And it just talks about the mine and how they pay for students' education, and then after they graduate, if they're offered a job, they have to take it or pay back the tuition. Anyway, it's all in the story. But I interviewed this guy, Rick Krause, at Black Thunder Coal Mine last winter, I believe. So I took these pictures, and I just really liked this story because I think it is a really good way to highlight the benefits right off the bat. You know, obviously this student, not only is he getting his schooling paid for, but he immediately has a job connection after school. My second kind of area I focused on was Build Dakota Scholarship Program, which started last year, and this is a huge effort by the state and T. Denny Sanford to promote technical education, and they donated $50 million to invest in students, and that's strictly scholarship money. So there's a lot of money out there right now for students going into technical education in high workforce need areas. So areas in the state that have been defined as having worker shortages, students can go into those industries, get a 2-year degree, and immediately be in prime position to get a decent paying job right after graduation. So that was another section. The statistics of our South Dakota tech schools are really quite impressive. So I wanted to include that. I mean, the lowest placement rate is 96%, which is pretty unreal. So when you look at these, it's basically, says if you go to school and work and try, you'll get a job within 6 months of graduation, which isn't always the case in four-year degrees, as we all know. So yeah, those were kind of my sections. This one kind of blurs together into more money that was allocated for equipment and stuff. So those are kind of the sections, and I toyed with their arrangement quite a bit. Traditional news stories are supposed to go in an inverted triangle with the most important information at the top. And it took me a long time to kind of figure out what the most important information was. It's all very important. In the end, I chose this kind of section because I think it's the most eye-catching and the most exciting way to describe some of the opportunities. Down here, it's interesting, but it's basically like, there's money for people. So anyway, I took these pictures. They just link to full view, so you can see them well. They don't go anywhere. I included links to Build Dakota Scholarship Program in the text, so if people want to learn more about those programs, they can. I included links. I'll have to go make sure I updated this, but I included links where I quoted people if I took some information I found off the governor's site. And so I took, I had a link in here. I better go. I'll have to make sure that's updated, but so there's a link in there. And then I made all these graphics, and they just link to those pages so you can learn more about those specific schools. And then at the bottom, I put these big social media icons, even though they're down here on our page. But these just link to the Western Dakota Tech pages because if I do go live with this, that's where I want them to go. But I wanted to show that I was thinking about social media in this project. And then I think what I'd like to do if I take this live is try to get Build Dakota Scholarship students to kind of go and tweet or Facebook about their experiences with Build Dakota and how it's helping, or I guess they could make a video, but they probably won't do that. But so yeah, that's my project. If I go live with this, I'll change this menu. Right now it just links to all of the degree programs. I think I'm not exactly sure what I would put there right now. Maybe Build Dakota, a link to the Black Thunder Coal Mine co-op program, if I can find something online about that. They don't have anything online right now, but I know they're working on it. So maybe other opportunities or things like that. So yeah, that's my project.